You always got to let the big dog eat. You can't be afraid to take risks, and you need to continue to stay noble to your drive. With that being said, you can't be an idiot. My man Jinwoo finally made the grave mistake of having too much dip on his chip. Jinwoo is smart, and his logic is matched to none. However, he just messed up. So let's get straight into it. Being this is his first time being strong, he might actually be letting his ego get the best for him. As we saw in this last episode, be sure to check it on my page. I'm doing these week-to-week update series. All right? Being that this is his first time being very strong, since he's leveled up, he's able to effortlessly take out 6 characters at once. 6 bad guys, it's not hard for Jinwoo. They may have been an A or a D or a C rank hunter, but my man Jinwoo saw him being a new S tier who hasn't been truly donated as an S tier because he hasn't told anybody he's being reawakened. And he's also always been known as the weakest hunter of all time, to now being an A mid-tier character. He's true OP, but this is his first time having power. We have to remember he's never had this much strength. He's never had this much confidence. He's never had this much drive before. So yeah, he went from the worst and the weakest hunter of all time to essentially a reawakened S-tier hunter. The false confidence has finally came to bite him in his ass. He is continuously getting called and asked to retest. Also, Jinwoo, he gives him a call. It was hinted that when he was first introduced with this mech and this gear that he was privileged, a spoiled brat. But we find out it is much, much more. He's connected somehow to the S tier, or as I like to call them, the elite hunters. His father owns a construction company, but somehow he found his way to be next in line. But he has to beat out his brother in doing that. In doing so, he has to get 20 victories under his belt as a hunter, and essentially he will be a guild. With that title, he will be able to be an S-tier character and be able to recruit, just like the top 7 guys that are S-tier hunters. Now, if you've been following along, you saw that in episode 1 or 2 that these guys are essentially recruited. Look at the hunters as players, and the top 7 guilds are pretty much teams. If you are reawakened, if you're B tier, S tier, A tier, you want to get recruited to essentially the Yankees, and you want to be part of the best dynasty. That way you get the best mana rocks, you get the best gear, you get the best kit, and you also get the best missions. And let's be honest, he's not going to be able to do that by himself. He really isn't even an E-tiered hunter. And in the face of danger, he freezes up. Now, we do know that he is head over heels for Jinwoo. And he also took credit whenever Jinwoo defeated the spider boss and saving them in the cave and all this and that. Jinwoo loves this because he does not want any more attention that's already on his plate. And he's continuing to try to find his way. He wants to know if he wants to be reawakened. He wants to know if he wants to retest. A bunch of stuff is going inside of Jinwoo's head. So whenever Jinho is taking all of the credit, he loves this. All that being said, Jinho calls Jinwoo and gives him a proposition. He literally tells him, I will keep your secret forever. And I'll also give you 30 billion yen if you help me out with this guild. He quickly learns you don't threaten a man who is obsessed with leveling up his kit. With a subtle little threat, Jinho receives the Javo side eye, and this ends their conversation. So even though Jinwoo's being low-key and doesn't want everybody to know that he's for real been awakened, he decides to open up his main screen and check up on his challenges. As stated, more push-ups, more sit-ups, and more long-distance running. He decides that he's going to double it because that's just what he does. He maxes out all of his limits and a random chest appears. This anime is so dope because it has a video game aspect inside of an anime, and that's never been done before. And go figure, a magical key appears. Where's it to? Well, you best believe if anybody's going to find out where it's to, it's going to be the big Sig Jinwoo. After defeating the snake, he knows the risk to reward and what it will get him if he beats this boss. He knows that he wants to continue leveling up and he wants to get a good mech. He wants to get a good gear. He wants to get good weapons. And this red demon key is going to be a challenge for him. Little does he know what he is about to get himself into. It is literally the gates of hell. He has a key to a demon place. And as you know, in any lore or any myth or any religion, the gates of hell is guarded by Cerberus, the 3-headed dog. And they stick with the lore. Except this 3-headed Cerberus is on steroids. It is one of the greatest tests that Jinwoo will face to date. Everything is on fire. There's burning buildings. He is in over his head. But he's up to it. This time, there's not going to be any farming involved. Just pure grit, determination, and you know once he's going to war with this three-headed demon dog, there's only one thing that he can save, and that is his old trusty knife. So if you're a nerdy kid and you're reading it all online like I am, you see for 7 weeks in a row, Solo Leveling has been the #1 anime. Now, Ninja Kumai, which I will be doing reviews on as well, is starting to creep up because of the hype that it's getting. But this right here, this is in its very adolescence. We know Solo Leveling is going to have a bunch of good stuff for us at the tail end. And I enjoy that they're not taking a break. And there's nothing about them taking a break in the news. Now, with that being said, episode 8 is getting posted for 1 more week. So we will not get an update next week. But the following week, we're going to be back on the regular programming. It's your boy DT Burdette. We finally hit that 150 subscriber mark. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Make sure you comment below and you tell me what you think about Solo Leveling. Tell me if you think that it is going to be the anime of the year. Personally, I think it's got to be. Everything else has been finished. We're breaking in the winter to spring era, and there's nothing messing with Jinwoo. And we've just got it started. Appreciate the support. Until next time.